ain't gonna lie. Mm, mm, mm. I've never worn this dress. This is my first time wearing this dress, and I must say, I'm gonna need to find an occasion to wear it to, okay? See, this is why my video was an hour and a half the last time. Hey everybody, it's your favorite girl, Tyler Nicole Taylor, TNT. If you love me, welcome to my channel and welcome back to the subscribers that ain't new to your girl. Yeah, I mean, can we get into this list? That joint cute, ain't it? I love this. But that's what we're here to talk about today. Yes, we are here to talk about some of the things that I absolutely love. These were the vendors that I used for my wedding. Yeah. Oh, also, if you are feeling this updo, this crown as I call it, and you want to know how I achieved this look, please do me a favor, go holler and follow me on Instagram, because on my IGTV, that's where you'll see how I created this whole crown look situation here. The reason why I even decided to go with the crown today is because, hello, I also had a flower crown on my wedding day. So that's kind of like what this is paying homage to. But we're going to get into that in just a second. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, I have recorded this video already, like in December. I recorded this video. That joint was way too long. It was like an hour and a half, y'all. An hour and a half? Really? That's just ridiculous. I went to go edit that joint and I was like, you know what? No. And then on top of that, I didn't even, I missed like 3 vendors. I forgot to mention like 3 important vendors. And I'm like, really? It was an hour and a half and I still didn't talk about everybody? So I was like, yeah, nah, girl, we're going to do that again. So here's my attempt to try to make this shorter, more concise, more entertaining, and right to the point, okay? All right, let's get into it. Now, I wrote everything down on my phone, so I might have to be, looking at my phone occasionally. So if you see me look down, that's what I'm looking at. So the very first thing I want to talk about is my wedding website. I actually did my wedding website myself. That's something that I really actually enjoy doing. I even do websites for other people. But honestly, it's really easy using the platform that I use for my wedding. I used Wix. I really like Wix because to me it's user friendly, and honestly, like, it's really easy to make stuff look really nice and professional using their platform. And I did have to purchase my URL, and I had to. I did it separately. I purchased my URL off of Google Domains because it's cheaper, and then I purchased a a premium account with Wix, so that I could then connect my URL to the website that I just built. But you actually can just go ahead and pay whatever the premium price is, and you get a free domain along with it. It's just that for me, for timing purposes, I had to do it separately, and I wanted to make sure I secured my domain before I work on all of the branding and all of that, and then just to find out that that domain doesn't exist. So I went on ahead and did that because it was, $12. I was able to holler that out the way. And then I went to Wix, built my website using the free platform. And then when I was ready to connect it, I upgraded my account, or upgraded my account, and then I was able to connect my URL, and everything was great. So also too, the great thing about Wix is it comes with a email, like, shout out type of system, or email marketing type of platform that's kind of built into it. So what that helped me with was, disseminating information out to everybody, letting them know what the shuttle pickup times were, and letting them know the address to the venue and to all of the other events that we had going on. That's what I'm able to use that email account for, well, the email marketing platform for, and I really love that, because I also was able to segment the list so that it only went to specific people. So the ones that were supposed to attend virtually, meaning like online and, just see the video and stuff like that, I was able to have a list of those people and be able to communicate specific things to them. And then the ones that were physically coming, I was able to have a list that was just them and be able to communicate specific things to them. So it's super duper easy. It might sound a little overwhelming, but honestly, once you get in there, if you're a creative person like myself, you'll find that it's fun. Or if you're just a DIYer, if you just like to do it yourself, Wix will be something that you probably would be able to catch on to really quickly and make something really dope. Okay, so my invites. Our theme actually was what I like to call Brownchella. So it was inspired by Coachella, and I did get some static from the Coachella's lawyers, but whatever. We worked around that. Okay. So anyway, we used that like Coachella kind of theme, and the reason why we went with Coachella is because we live in California, and we're about 25, 30 minutes away from the Coachella Valley. And normally when people ask me, oh, you're in California, so how far are you from LA? Or they just assume I'm in LA. I'm not in LA. I always use the Coachella Valley as like either Coachella Valley and Palm Springs are the two like landmarks that I use in terms of trying to get people to understand where we are exactly. And I just felt like, wow, let me name this Brownchella since I've always been saying Coachella. So that's how that came about. And when I did my invites, I wanted something really cool and funky that is just out of the norm. I didn't want something super elegant and pretty. I wanted something that was really going to speak to how the event is really supposed to feel. And the event was supposed to feel semi-casual. If you wanted to wear jeans but dress it up a bit, you could. Like, it was no strict dress code, and we were outside. So I just wanted people to understand that this is going to be a fun environment. It's not completely like elegant and stuffy. So that wasn't the vibe I was going for. And of course, a lot of the invitation templates are really pretty and really elegant, and it just was not fitting. So I actually found a Coachella themed party pack that had tickets, that had thank you notes, that had labels for candy, it had signs. I mean, it had this packet had everything, okay? And I found it, I just Googled and I stumbled upon it, and it was made by Simone Made It. And I will definitely, just so you know, don't fret, all the links to everything that I've used will be down below in the description box. So just follow your girl. But yes, Simone Made It, and that joint was like $12 for the template. And all I had to do was download it, and then I was able to manipulate it how I wanted to manipulate it. The font and all of that was already there. Like, I didn't need to download a new font. I made tickets for everybody and VIP passes. And that's what I sent out as my invites. It was really dope, and my mother helped me with kind of doing the finishing touches. But that joint was super duper dope. I really liked my invitations. They were like that. And honestly, everybody that got them seemed to be pretty impressed as well. The next thing is the venue. So we got married at Le Haut Desert Airy, okay? And that's in Pioneer Town, California. And it's a beautiful, massive property. And I absolutely loved it when I went out there. Luckily, my husband's parents, my in-laws, they were friends with the owners, so the owners actually were able to, they actually gifted it to us because, thank God, because I mean, honestly, I don't know if we would have been able to afford it, but they have events out there all the time. They have people that come out there and shoot in their house on their property. Like major productions come out there and rent their space and do their thing. So that's how bomb and how huge the property is. Like, it's amazing. The mountain views, it's just, I mean, gorgeous. The house itself, the decor inside, gorgeous. It was exactly what I needed. It fit the theme perfectly. So, of course, I couldn't have gotten through this entire planning, the event itself, after everything. I couldn't have gotten through all of this without my wedding planner, Danielle Murphy. She was absolutely amazing. She was a sweetheart. and her assistant Sarah was just as bomb as her. Like they were on top of it. I like the fact that Danielle came and checked up on me and made sure that I was eating. Like she was on top of it. I don't know how she stayed on top of everything. And one major thing is that my husband and I were in rooms that was right next to each other. So his room was literally right next door to mine inside of the house, and between Danielle, the photographer, and our wedding party, they made sure that we did not cross paths because we didn't want to see each other until we met at the altar. So the last time I saw him was the night before. He came home. I stayed with my parents, and then we didn't see each other again until we met at the altar. And that was all thanks to my wedding planner, my wedding party, and my photographer. My flowers. Okay, so this might be a little drawn out. Let me see, where are we at already? Okay, we only 15 minutes. All right. This might be a little drawn out of a story. I am a person that I just don't like flowers like that. Like, I like them in terms of, like, I see them outside or they're, arranged and I can see them in pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But, like, I don't want them though. Like, I don't want flowers. I don't want flowers. I can't keep them alive. And it's just, when it comes to the wedding, it just felt like this is a massive waste of money because flowers are expensive for weddings. I don't know what that's about. Like, it's gonna die in 3 days. Why do I have to pay $15,000 for some damn flowers? What? And that's on the conservative side. Like, these bigger, celebrity weddings, they paying way more for their flowers than that. So I'm just saying, like, oh my gosh, I just don't understand that. But anyway, I was just really feeling reluctant. I was like trying to figure out how can I break to my mom that I don't want to get no flowers. Like, how do I explain that? How do I try to make her okay with this? And so I was Googling, and honestly, I just felt like the flowers that I was seeing, like the different arrangements, I feel like, it's not really speaking to my theme for real. The only thing that I was really feeling was like a flower crown, but like actual flowers and, what is it called? Boutonnieres. And I just, I'm like, man, I hate this. Until I found this Etsy vendor, succulent artworks. Oh my gosh. So all of my flower arrangements that were live flowers were succulents. And they were absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. And my vendor, succulent artwork, she was like, I think her name was Julie. I think her name's Julie. Don't quote me. But she was on point. After I ordered it, I was like, okay, I don't want them to come too soon because I'm scared I'm gonna kill them. So, can you like send it closer to the date of my wedding? And she was like, oh yeah, I always send it like 2 days before the wedding. Like that's when you will get it. And the night before my wedding, and it actually really wasn't that late. It was in the evening time. But the night before, her husband drove to here to drop my flowers off and everything. And I'm just saying, like, she made sure that she kept her promise, and that's just like, stuff that I really am thankful for. I'm thankful for working with a bunch of vendors that were super nice and just really kept their word and kept their end of the bargain. And she did everything she possibly could do to make sure my stuff got to me in enough time so that I didn't freak out, and I didn't freak out on her. So I hope she is, thankful of that because I know there's some other brides that wouldn't have been able to handle the pressure. The great thing about it is the all of the plants can continue to survive and continue to live after they've been cut from the ground or whatever. You can replant them and they will still thrive and still stay alive. And that's what I liked about it because it felt like my money wasn't completely going to waste. So that's why I went the succulent route. And because, like I said, it fit the theme. So yeah, and I really like that flower crown. My flower crown and my bouquet was like that. Okay, I really liked it. Okay, next is my nails. So that was another Etsy vendor, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna say this right. So if I don't, I'm sorry. But it looks like broken. Broken. Broken nails. I see what you did there. But she spells it kind of different. Like I said, it'll be in the description box below. But my nails were super cute. They were like this. One of our main like accent colors was like almost like a lavenderish purple, and so my nails were more so on the lilac lavender side. Like it was like a mix of that. And then I had a bling finger, of course, on my ring finger. And they were just some press on nails. The reason why I went the press on route is because if you watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that over the summer I broke my wrist and I just wasn't ready to go to the nail salon and have them manipulate my wrist because I just wasn't 100% sure that it was okay for somebody else to do all kinds of things to my wrist. I just wanted to not be in pain. So it just made sense to do press-ons. And nowadays, press-on nails look just as good as like salon grade nails because these artists are just super talented. They're doing the darn things. Oh, my wedding party gifts. So the wedding party gifts, I really liked because for my matron of honor, I did things a little different. I had a matron of honor and I had a man of honor. Okay, so my man of honor was my brother, and so for my brother and my father, I got them the same gift, and it's a glass decanter, and it just said Brown Cella, the date that we got married, and then their title. So for my dad, it just said FOB because father of the bride wasn't gonna fit on there, and then for my brother, it said man of honor. And both of them like those type of things to put their cognac or whiskey in, or just to display on their shelf. So I got them that. I really loved it. Funny story though, my brothers came and it was chipped, and I was like, oh crap. And it was like 2 weeks before my wedding. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get another one, but I don't want to give this to my dad and don't have anything to give to my brother. And this and his come all after the fact. And what am I gonna do, right? So I contacted David's Bridal, and their customer service was on point, honey. Like the person that I had, she was on point. I talked to her on the phone. She emailed me things and she stayed on the phone with me to make sure that I got the email. She told me what the process was, and she said she's going to do everything she can to try to expedite the order. And boy, did she! Because I got the replacement one in probably a week. So it probably took like a week for me to get the replacement one. So I was really happy about that because I got it in enough time. And another thing that I got from David's Bridal is I got myself and my um, matron of honor a robe. And mine says Mrs. Brown and it was white, and hers said Mrs. Lindsay and it's black. So I got her black because I know that she would like that color, and it was something that she could continue to wear. And I didn't want to get her just, your standard matron of honor on the back of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like the aspect of us kind of having matching robes, but it had our married names on it. So I thought that was super cool. And we have tons of really cute pictures of with us in those. And I got my flower girl a robe. I got my mom a robe that says Mother of the Bride. I got my mother-in-law one that says Mother of the Groom. And yeah, so that was the whole robe party. And then for my flower girl, I also got her this super cute baby doll. My flower girl she's a light-skinned little black girl with natural hair, and she's so cute and adorable. And I got her a doll that was light-skinned like her with really big curly hair. So when she got the doll, what I understood was she was like, she felt like the doll had hair like her. And that really touched my heart because the whole point was to make her feel empowered and make sure that she has toys and things that she can see herself in as well. Because when I was growing up, we didn't really have stuff like that. So, and I found them on Instagram. So this was from Reigning Princess Doll, and I found them on Instagram. They were awesome. They have different shades of the dolls, and they're all super cute, and they have different little outfits, and it's adorable. Check them out if you're looking for something for your little girl or a little girl in your life. that you just want to give them something that they can see themselves in. So hair and makeup was done by my girl, Carla Harris. She's from South Carolina, and she actually was the one that did my matron of honors makeup for her wedding. And she also did my makeup at that time. So I already knew the quality that she was bringing to the table. So I had to fly her out here to do my hair and makeup. So, and I just want to say a huge thank you to her because she's incredible and she's such a sweet woman. So she did my hair, she did my mother-in-law's hair, she did my mom's hair and makeup, and my mother-in-law's makeup. She did my matron of honors makeup, of course my hair and makeup, and she did my husband's hair. I don't know how she did all of that in the amount of time that she had. It wasn't like she had a little amount of time, but still, she managed that time like perfectly. She was not playing. She got everything done. So speaking of makeup and speaking of these lips, okay, I found this vendor on Instagram as well. Yes, so this one is called Stay Golden Cosmetics, and oh boy, their Instagram feed is super fun. Go check them out. I really love these lips. It looks really good in the sunlight. And what I'm just now realizing today is I probably should have went with a darker lip on the day of my wedding because this is making my lips sing right now. I went with a lighter lip underneath it and underneath the glitter, and it still was blinging because we were outside and the sun was shining, okay? So I was getting my bling on, but I just feel like it looked a little bit more better today because I went with a darker color underneath the glitter. But the glitter does not come off. Your lip ain't going nowhere. You're good. You're good all day. As a matter of fact, I didn't even need to retouch this. So that's how good it is. Videography was done by my uncle. He has a company called Magic Makers, and he used my cameras to get my video footage. So huge shout out to him. But he also created these little, between him and my mother, they created these little easels with these little teeny canvases that went on top of them on the little easels. And that was like something that was a part of the decoration at the dinner table, but it also served as a keepsake for our guests. So they were able to take whichever photos they wanted. Well, one photo per person, except for the grandmas, they got 3, and the moms, they got 3. But they were able to take whatever photo they wanted off the table, and that was our way of saying thank you. Here's your keepsake, and thanks for coming to our wedding. And it was between him and my mother coming up with that idea and making it happen. Yeah, he's the man. Okay, my DJ. Now this was important. It was important for me to have a DJ that looked like they were part of the vibe, part of the Brownchella Coachella vibe. And I found this DJ on Instagram as well, DJ Don Dirty, and as you can see, he's Coachella vibes all day. So I also enjoyed the fact that he's Latino, and the reason why that's important is because my husband is half Mexican, and I wanted somebody that was versed enough to understand hip hop music, but also understand Latin music as well, because I wanted all the family members to feel included. I wanted to be as inclusive as possible, just like Coachella. Coachella has all kinds of different types of music and different things going on different stages. So I didn't want it to be just one thing, you know what I mean? So that was important to me. Don Dirty Music is his name on Instagram. Go check him out. As for my host was Sporty Odie. And Sporty Odie actually is my cousin. He is a Charlotte native, Charlotte, North Carolina. And if you are from that area, then you probably heard of him because he's really big on the nightlife scene. And he does a lot of events and stuff around the city. And if you've ever been to a CIAA tournament, you might have went to one of Sporty Odie's events. That's how huge he is out there in terms of, people really having an idea of who he is. And if you have an idea of who he is, then you know that he hosted his butt off because that's what he does. He is really good at that. And that's why I was like, oh yeah, I gotta ask him. And honestly, I feel like if I didn't ask him and somebody else was emceeing, he would feel some type of way. I'm gonna be really honest. He would be like, "Well, why didn't you ask me?" So I asked him, and luckily that ended up being one of my wedding presents from him. So that was really dope. Now, for the live performance was done by Jay Wood, aka my brother, aka my man of honor. He did, I think he performed 3 or 4 songs, and they were his original songs. His album is currently out on all major platforms, digital platforms specifically. Um, he put out his first album in 2018, so it was only right that I have him perform. The only thing that I regret about that is that most of the family members that were there never got a chance to see him perform live before. So they were so busy recording that they weren't dancing. So it was just me and my husband dancing the whole time because I've seen my brother perform, obviously, and my husband has heard all of his songs. He knows all the words to all the songs. So we're not trying to record nothing. It's our day. So we were out there having fun, living our lives. My godson did a little break dance moment, and that boy can dance. I ain't just saying that because he's my godson. Like, he can dance. He was my ring bearer as well. So that was so fun to see my brother and my ring bearer get up there and do their thing. For the groom's gift, my husband is a cigar lover. So it was only right that I got him some 85 cigars by Chad Ochocinco Johnson. And the reason why it was important and that special is because I was a part of the team that actually created that line with Ocho. I mean, from before we even signed him to the product being, dispersed and sent out to customers and everything. So I was a part of the team that created that. And I just was like, wow, this is so crazy how this just fits together. But so it was like I got to support a brand that, because I did pay for it. Now I did get my little discount because, like I said, I helped create the joint, but I paid for it with my monies because, like I said, I want to support our brand. But it was a box of cigars, and it's 20 cigars in there. And I got him one of the newer blends that's out now. And yeah, even to this day, he still has some left. The other vendor that I really, 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 really loved was my officiant, Reverend Marlon Martinez. Reverend Martinez is super duper nice. I really enjoyed working with him. It's funny because when we first met with him, he was like, "Oh, do you guys want to write your vows?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And it was because I just didn't want extra pressure on me for that day because I was already basically doing so much planning this stuff and creating a whole bunch of other stuff. I just didn't think I was going to have enough juice to come up with some great vows, honestly. So I was like, don't even stress yourself, boo. So let's not do that. So I said no. I should have checked with my husband because later on he let me know that I do want to do our vows. I do want to write vows. So I was like, all right, since you're writing vows, I'm writing vows. I didn't know that it was something that you wanted to do. I made an assumption. That was my bad. I apologized. And I told him I'm on board. I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do to write those vows too. So when we agreed to do that, that actually made Reverend Martinez so happy because he just felt like it makes the ceremony that much more personal, But the reason why we went with Reverend Martinez is again because he is bilingual, and I wanted someone that was a native Spanish speaker. Like I want somebody that really speaks Spanish. And really, the main reason why I really did it all because of John's grandmother. That's the real reason why I wanted a bilingual ceremony. I wanted her to, even though she can understand English, she just doesn't speak English. So I just didn't want her to have to sit there and be translating in her head the whole time when somebody can just say it to her in Spanish. I know this sounds kind of shallow, but having an officiant that actually looks nice is great because they're going to be in your photos. You know what I'm saying? So I like that he Also, it was a brown man. Like if you saw him, you would have thought he was just a light skinned black guy. But his last name is Martinez, and when he starts to talking, you can tell he's a Martinez. And then speaking of photos, last but absolutely not the heck least, I absolutely love my photos. Okay, that was something that oh my goodness, waiting for those wedding photos, y'all. It's so funny. It's hard to do. It is so hard to do. But it was well worth the wait. And my photographer, Larnie, she was absolutely amazing and an absolute pleasure to work with. She captured so many great things. And we have some photos that are just our absolute favorite. And honestly, when she presented the idea of, hey, do you want to do this? I had this idea, do you want to do this? So she presented that idea to me. I was like, oh my God, you read my mind. So what it was she was like, basically, she's like, do you remember when Solange got married? Do you remember her pictures? I was like, yeah. And I was like, I wanted to do that so bad. But my only problem was like, is that going to be corny? Like kind of like biting off a Solange or getting the inspiration from her. That's what I thought. So that's the only reason why I didn't bring it up, because I didn't want my wedding party to be like, that's corny. But she brought it up, and when she said it, that's all I needed. I was like, yes, she gets it. So we went and took those pictures inside, and it actually wasn't exactly like Solange's photo, so that's why I liked it. But you could tell it was an inspiration. But at the same time, other photos that we took inside and stuff around that same kind of like inspiration came out so bomb. Oh my gosh, I love them. Like, she delivered me over 700 photos, and right now I'm having trouble trying to like narrow it down to put them in a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so hard because I can tell you that out of 700 and something photos, I like about 700 of them. That's because she's that good. She's amazing and she's very creative and super duper sweet. So yes, that wraps it up for all the vendors that I absolutely love, that were my absolute favorites to work with. And all the information and Instagram handles and all that stuff. All of those links will be down below, so it's going to be link heavy. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed me, go ahead and subscribe to your girl. And if you want to just join in the fun and drop some comments down below, let me know who was your favorite vendor in this video. Like, who did you like the most, their work? Was it the lips? Is it my photographer? Is it my wedding planner? Was it Simone Made It for my invitation? Like, let me know. Who'd you like the most? What did you like the most? Did you like the flowers? Are you a succulent kind of person? I love succulents now. I didn't know this, but I do. I'm probably going to start putting them around my house.